In 3, 2. All right, we are live. It's about that time, right? About that time. What's going on, everybody? We are officially live. I'm here with the homie JoeyShakes. What's up, Joey?
What's up?
What's going on?
Not much.
Also, with another brother, Philly Jim. What's going on?
Yo, what's up? Yo, what's up, man? I'm just chilling.
Yeah, you chilling?
Just chilling.
Happy the season's finally here. I mean, the season schedule. I wish the fucking season was here.
I've been talking about this schedule shit for like legit at least 2 weeks.
Yeah, man. We're legit 2 weeks. What was I about to say? Oh, by the way, before we even get this started, man, let me start this off by asking every last one of you to subscribe to the homie Philly Jim. You know, help this guy reach 1,000 subs, man. You know, he wants to start doing this as well. You know, we're having this get together, talk Eagles football more often. So he wants to start hangouts. But apparently we can't do this anymore until he hits 1,000. So if you could do us a favor, you know, subscribe, man. Share it with your friends. You know, it'd be greatly appreciated. So
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Of course, man. Of course. So time is finally here, man. We're going to start talking about the schedule. First and foremost, before we start giving out our predictions, man, what y'all think so far about the schedule? I know we've been waiting for so long. What y'all think? Philly Jump, what you think so far?
I mean, it's not too bad. I think we have a lot of winnable games on here.
Yeah.
And I mean, I think we have a lot of winnable games on here. There's a lot of games we should win. I do think it's going to be very important to be playing our best going into December because we do have 4 straight division games to close out the season.
Yeah.
I think the schedule is pretty balanced out nicely. I like it. Except like I think divisional games at the end. I think it's just a replay of last year, but so far I like how well balanced it is, and I think like it's very mixed, and I think we'll get a lot of wins out of this schedule, and especially having the bye week at week 10 as well. So it's pretty good. I like it so far.
Yeah. I don't know if I want to say I like this schedule. I think it's too easy. I think we're going to get a lot of wins here, but I want to see how great this team is. And this schedule, I don't think the schedule is really going to help us too much, really. I mean, see how far we're going to go. I mean, we want to do more than just, you know, win all these games and win the, you know, playoffs. Like, of course, we all looking at the big thing, but it's hard to tell with this thing. What was I about to say? I don't know, man. The schedule. I mean, the main thing that kind of threw me off, and you know, is week 11, and that's going against the Patriots. Like both of this team will be coming off the bye week. Like I think that's going to be the biggest game of the season. I mean, and I think they're the best team we play, but anyway, I guess we're going to start this off and get this out the way, and I guess we'll, you know, have some real fun and talk some football. So starting off, the Eagles will be hosting the Redskins. The Redskins. Sunday at 1:00. Philly Jim, you want to do the honors and say who's going to win that game?
I got the home team taking the win and start 1-0.
Mm-hmm. So you got all right. Joey, do you need to think this through?
No. I think of Case Keenum. I think of all this offseason they've had. Oh my God, I don't want to go into crazy detail, but the ex left tackle for the Giants, Flowers, a $4 million deal. Landon Collins gets a huge deal. Dominic Rodgers already comes out of retirement. I mean, I just don't get where this team is going. You know, I think their best free agent side, I think their best move was getting Adrian Peterson back. It was probably the best move that they could get because he's worked really well. with them, but oh my God, Case Keenum, this is a W. I mean, this shouldn't even a test. The word test is an understatement. This should be.
It's a quiz.
I don't know. It's a win. I mean, oh my God. Yeah. W.
W.
I don't know, man. You know. I can't even say
what do you mean you don't know?
I can't even say with a straight face. Of course I got us winning. So if anything, I'd be more shocked if it was, you know, a close game. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, Kirk Cousins was. Let's just skip this. He was winning this. All right. Next, we're going to be visiting the Atlanta Falcons Sunday at 8:00 game, 8:20 game. Who y'all got on this one?
We got the road team.
Got the road team winning. All right, Joey.
I have us winning this game. I know Falcons made some pretty good moves this offseason. They've upgraded at a lot of positions. The secondary's a little but new offensive coordinator. And it's going to be hard winning it over there in Atlanta a little bit, but I think with what we have and you know the resiliency of this team, I think we can go in there with a W. I have a good feeling about this game. I think we're going to be ready for this team this coming around. Like I know early last year it was another close game, but I think we can actually put a whooping on these guys if we really get our hands on it. So
it's a tough one if you ask me. I mean, you know, we beat the Falcons where we're home. They always beat us when they're home. You know, and Devontae Freeman's coming back. He's going to be playing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Julio Jones, of course, Matt Ryan and them. It was very close the last time we played. I'm probably going to go with us losing this one. I think we're going to lose a close one. I'm going to go with us losing this one.
Yeah, we just played really sloppy. I mean, we just played sloppy. Bad preseason.
Yeah. Talking about the opener.
Oh man.
I think it is. I think that's what it's going to be though. We're also going to be playing pretty sloppy, and I think that's what it's going to be. But I'd rather us lose early so we can figure out what the problem is anyway, and we still have the entire season. So the Falcons, I wouldn't mind losing to. All right, so next we will be hosting the Detroit Lions at 1:00. Billy, who you got?
I got us winning this game too.
All right.
Yeah, I have us winning this game. I know we have a bad taste in our mouths with the Detroit Lions. We've had some really bad games. Theo Riddick, number one, has about 6 touchdowns on the Eagles right now. And the way Matt Patricia's kind of, I don't know, I guess the way he's pointing this team into a right direction. They signed Trey Flowers to a big deal, you know, the defensive end from the Patriots to a big deal. But Matt Stafford, I think this team go, you know, I don't know. The Detroit Lions don't really scare me too much, and we're going to be home, so I'm happy about that. But it's a W for the Eagles.
All right, yeah, Lions. I got us winning that game. We're going to be beating the Lions. Yeah, that's another dub for the Lions. We could have beat them last time, but we made way too many mistakes. 2016. Yeah. All right. Next, we will be visiting the Packers at Lambeau on a Thursday night game at 8:00. Packers, they're going to be rebuilding, right?
I don't think so.
What's been going on, right?
Do they even have an offensive line right now? I mean, I know they got, Devontae Adams is still there, but I honestly don't know I don't know how. I haven't really been following them too much, but when Aaron Rodgers is on the field, period, you got to get pressure, and you always got to be alert while he's on the field, and he's got time in the pocket, you're in trouble. So this is going to be a tough one. I think Eagles need to put another feather in their cap and get a win against Green Bay and against Aaron Rodgers. Because I think the last time we faced Aaron Rodgers when's the last time?
2016.
Yeah.
Man, we couldn't beat them at their worst that game.
No. Probably give them a I'm gonna come out with a W on this. I just think overall we just have. It's not even what's better on paper, but I think hopefully by this time during the season, a few games in already, we'll be pretty much locked and loaded, and our offense is running on high cylinders right now.
I'm gonna go with the loss on this one. I just think. I know overall we got a better team than they do, but I just think it's so tough to beat Aaron Rodgers at home in a primetime game when everyone's watching. I got us losing.
I'm probably going to go with another one as well, because another loss on this as well. Because when it comes to screens, slants and all of that, Aaron Rodgers always gets us. We can't seem to catch him, and that's going to be a big problem. And I still think we have yet to even overcome that. So I'm probably going to go with L on this one too. So Joey, you said W, right?
I say W.
All right. Gotcha. And we couldn't even beat the Packers at their worst. So Packers are Aaron Rodgers is one person I would say that owns this.
And then before 2016, I think they scored over 50 on us.
Oh,
yeah,
man,
that was a Chip Kelly. That was the last time we went to Lambeau Field.
Oh my God!
That
was 2014 with Chip Kelly.
2014.
Killed us.
We were 6-2. we blew out the freaking. Oh my God! We blew out the Panthers, and then we went to Lambeau, right?
Yeah.
We had Mark Sanchez. Oh my God! Yeah, I remember that.
That shit was miserable though.
Yeah, we were 9-3 after Thanksgiving, and we lost like the next 4, and we pretty much just blew it. Pretty much. So
next thing you know, Chip Kelly blows up the whole team.
Oh man. All right, so people are saying it's kind of hard to hear me. All right. See if I can move this a little closer.
Oh God. Too close.
That's how it is with the iPhones, though. That's how it is with the iPhone. You got to be like pretty close.
For how much you pay for the damn thing.
Huh?
But for how much that phone is worth to be able to.
All right, can y'all hear me a little better?
Put your volume up on your TV.
Ah! All right. All right. So Packers, I say we lose that. Joe, you said dub.
Mm-hmm.
Jim, you said L, right? All right. So next we're going to be hosting the New York Jets on Sunday at 1 p.m. And let me start this off by giving a shout out to Gang Green David, for he will be coming to the link.
Mm-hmm.
If I can make it, I would definitely be looking forward to meeting him. Shout out to Gang Green David. I'll put his link in the description as soon as I finish this live stream. He's a diehard Jets fan, but I'm going to go with a W on this one. I think, even though I think this is the year that the Jets will have a decent shot at beating us, but but I don't think that's going to be enough. I got us winning this one. What you got, Joey?
I think this is a W. I know they spent over like $70 million in free agency, and I just don't think it's when you have so many new pieces on one team, especially in one offseason where you acquire so many guys, it's really going to you're really going to find out about the New York Jets really gel together, because it's going to take a while. I know you got training camp and you got preseason, but these guys really have to gel together. And if personalities are going to get in the way, and then they got Le'Veon Bell, they got Sam Darnold, they put the weapons behind Sam Darnold now. They got Crowder, the ex-Redskin out there. They offensive line got upgraded. I think they need one more spot at the offensive line. They might get a pass rusher at the 3rd overall pick of the draft. And defense, CJ Mosley. They got some guys, but they might think they have a chance. But if they don't make any, let's just say this: if the Jets don't make any noise this year, I'll be very surprised. It'll be just a big waste of an offseason. But I think the Eagles come out the dub, especially at home.
I think the Eagles come out with a dub too. I see all the moves that they made and stuff, and there's still a draft to come, and they got a lot of picks. But overall, like in a vacuum, I just don't think that this Jets team is anything special. And us being at home, we have a very good record at home in the Doug Peterson era. So I'm just gonna go with the win.
I got the win. All right. Next, I think they might make a run in their division. I'll give that to them though. They might make a run in the division.
Their division sucks.
Yeah. Next, we're going to be going to Minnesota Vikings 1:00 game. Philly Jim, who you got?
This is the Minnesota Vikings.
Yep.
Man, this is a really tough one for me. This is extremely hard for me to predict this game. I think this is an unpredictable game, but I can't help but think the last time that we played in that stadium, we hung 41 points. I think we're going to see the first offensive explosion of the year. And I think we drop 40 plus on the Minnesota Vikings. And we get a dub.
Lose.
Next or you want to go next or I go next?
I'll go first. What?
That's pretty bold. That's pretty bold.
Minnesota Vikings. You know what? We have so much good luck. Stadium is going to be good luck. Going into that stadium is going to be good luck. It's going to bring back that. It's going to bring back. Oh man, we just reminisce and just the past and just what it was like to win the Super Bowl 2017. But we played sloppy against this team last year. Okay, very sloppy. But that's all you got to say. That's it.
Think about it.
Kirk Cousins. What is his record? Under 500 teams under. What is his record?
He's 5-26 against teams with a winning record.
What is
5-26 against teams with a record over 500?
And you know what? I can't. Honestly, it's hard to. Ever since you think about our NFC East rivals, but you really hate this team for what they did. Okay, we played the Falcons in the playoffs and divisional in 2017. They were very respectful. They just came to the game and watched, and that was it. But this team, with their skull clapping on the stairs, all this shit.
That shit is so gay, though.
I can't. We shut them up and they left like crybabies, and they got what they deserved. Even though maybe it was a little too much, but hey, you're in Philly, you asked for it. So, it's gonna be a W. Anderson Dejo, the newly acquired Anderson Dejo, third, going to be the third safety in this defense, and he's gonna be playing. It's gonna be his homecoming back to Minneapolis, and he's gonna have a chip on his shoulder. He's on the good side now. So. I just want to get this game out of the way and I think we could do some damage to this team. So it's a W for me.
40 plus.
At first, I was thinking L to this, but I wasn't even thinking about the Super Bowl and everything. But you know what? I'm gonna go with a W on this because I feel like Eagles Nation is going to take over the stadium.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of feel like it's.
Oh yeah.
I think Eagles think it's going to take over. You know, if they were to hit 40, I could see. You know, I mean, you know, I can see them hitting 40. You know, if a lot of Eagles fans come. You know, but I'm going to go with the W on this one. I'm going to go with the W. I know Vikings fans are going to be very salty. You know, when the Eagles go up there, but they're going to be very salty. But I got us. I have a good feeling about this game. Now we're definitely going to win this one. We should have won last time, but I got us winning this one.
That's all they have on us is that win last year. That's all they have when we were playing sloppy football beginning of the year, and that's all they have. But they got to win when it's important, and I think there's no excuse to lose this game at all.
All right, so the game a lot of us wanted to happen at week 1.
Here we go, baby.
So, do you want to say wins or losses, or you just want to say split, sweep, or how do you want to go with that one?
I would say we'll just talk about this game, and then when we get to December, we get to December. I think we're going to go ahead and win this game. You got to just think this team has to be pissed off the way that Week 14 matchup played out with the Camus Grugier Hill kickoff return, the first play of the game, kickoff. He recovers that fumble, and there was a lot of bullshit calls in that game.
Yeah,
a lot of them, and I mean a lot of them. And it was a very sloppy performance from the whole team until the fourth quarter. The offense really got heated up. Carson Wentz started to play well. We started to have some good drives. And unfortunately, the game went to overtime, and we pretty much lost the game on a coin flip. Fortunately, like that interception, Russell Douglas could have had that, and it could have been the other way. So there's a lot of memories from that 2018 season that I think is going to stick out. 2018 season that's going to stick out to this team, and man, they are going to be coming for blood against the Dallas Cowboys, and they're going to get this win.
Yeah, I'll kind of piggyback off what Philly Jim said. Very sloppy game since the kickoff. Even the Dallas Goedert touchdown that was called back too, which really pissed me off. Helmet to helmet hits, you name it, they missed it. With this practice squad secondary that we had, because just remember, guys, we had 13 changes at cornerback. I mean, we had Shannon Sullivan, Devontae Bosby. Jesus. I mean, Vontae Max was switching from safety to outside corner to nickel to outside. Then Craven LeBlanc comes in from the Lions practice squad. And then, we kind of just trying to figure out like the pieces that, in place that we need for the rest of the season. But it was just, we missed opportunities. And I know we got, I could say I've never seen a bad game, with these referees were calling this game. It was pretty bad, even from the kickoff. There's no footage of a clear recovery of the football, which you clearly saw the clear recovery. I don't know at this point, but yeah, they could brag. Cowboys fans could brag about the NFC East crown, because I think that's all they really care about is beating the Eagles and winning the NFC East. But they don't really want to win when it matters the most. And I think the Eagles. I agree with Philly Jim. Eagles are going to come in this game with some revenge and take this. And Carson Wentz is going to be a lot more healthy now. Upgraded backfield, upgraded wide receiver core, offensive line is still intact. Everybody is back, and hopefully by this time we're still healthy, and we get this dub. But yeah, I think it's definitely a W.
Yeah. First and foremost, before I even get into this, you all saw what happened that day. One of the worst, perhaps the worst in my YouTube career. I came in this game very confident. You know, talked a lot of shit that whole season. Oh man, I pretty much pulled a Stephen A. Smith bet.
Damn.
We all hate the Cowboys. And I had to put that fucking disgusting fucking colors on. But I was proud of myself in the end because for a man that talked a lot of shit, at least I was man enough to hold up my end of the bargain. You know, that's how it should always be. But I got a splitting against the Cowboys. So I feel like this game is definitely going to could possibly solve or determine who's going to win the division early on. I think the second was going to be pretty pointless because the next time we see them was going to be week 16 and whatever. I don't know. I don't know, but I agree with y'all. I think even though we got screwed over we definitely got screwed over. But we also can't deny the fact that, we could have played 4 quarters. We were very sloppy, definitely sloppy. It was hard to watch, but it was crazy. We still kept up, we took it all the way to overtime in the end. Again, we really, really could have won.
Mm-hmm.
We could have won. We really could have won. But man, my reaction said it all. When Rasul Douglas, deflected that and they went right into Mark Cooper's hands. Oh my God, that was heartbreaking. But it's like you say, we gotta show up. We gotta no excuses. We gotta win this game. We gotta end that streak. Shut these Cowboys up for good. But I got confidence we can definitely win this game, but I'm going to say it's split this time. It ain't going to be no sweep on either side. I'm going to say we're going to win this game, and we might lose week 16. Who cares? But that's what y'all got to say. We can move on to the next.
Yeah, I'm good.
All right, then. I got us winning this game, though. All right, so next, we will be visiting the Buffalo Bills. Oh, and by the way, before we even get that started, remember all this talk? Or did you want to say something? Or
go ahead. Sorry.
remember all this talk that about LaShawn McCoy? He was supposed to come here. That was the topic of the week. But now, ever since we got Jordan Howard, all that now the guy's forgotten. I don't think it's ever going to happen anymore at this point. I don't think LaShawn McCoy's ever going to come back to Philly. All right, well, anyway, anybody want to go first? Who got winning?
I'll go. The Bills. I think this is a W over in Buffalo. This is a away game, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. This is definitely a W. I think I've seen what they've done. I know they pretty much went full ham on offense and really upgraded a lot of positions, getting Cole Beasley, John Brown is the deep threat. Give it down a lot of players, to get this offense going. Defensively, I don't think they're that good at all. I think they just load up on offense. Defensively, they have a few players here and there, but nothing special. But yeah, this is a W. I don't see this team as a big threat to us. Even with you got LaShawn McCoy in the backfield with Frank Gore. I don't know why. Maybe back in their primes it would have been a nice thing, but old daddy Frank Gore needs to figure out what he's doing with his career because this is just getting. I mean, good for him, man. I mean, good for him. Was he 36, 37? I mean, good for him. If he's still playing and he's still getting his money and. I thought LaShawn McCoy, he was a little bit of a cap casualty this year. If they released him or traded him, we got $6.3 million in cap space back. But unfortunately, I guess they're keeping both veteran running backs in the backfield. So see how that goes. But I give it a W for this.
I got us winning this too. Before I go further, let me give a shout out to Pat 1984. This guy said, "Oh man, Buffalo going to give you a fight." For the coin toss. That's so. All right, Jim, you next. You're up, Joe.
Man, I'm gonna tell you something, man. I think this is a very interesting matchup because you have two of the best Eagles running backs to ever play for the Eagles, Frank Gore and Shady McCoy. But man, the second thing I'm gonna say is some people might actually die at this tailgate when you get Bills fans and crazy ass Eagles fans coming up north, up there to Buffalo. Some people may actually die jumping on tables and snapping tables in half before the game. But man, seriously though, we should. I think we should win this game, man, against Buffalo. I think we're the way better team. Yeah, man, I'm just gonna go with a good, solid win up there.
Oh, by the way, shout out to Fox 87. By the way,
shout out to Fox.
Oh yeah, shout out to
the
Fox
Bills.
87, definitely.
You're gonna lose,
Bills,
but
man.
shout out to Fox.
I think there's gonna be a lot of tables broken though. No lie.
Yeah, that was horrible. That was crazy.
Everybody in the comment section, if you was in Buffalo, and I'm gonna ask you guys too, if you was in Buffalo, what wrestling move would you want to do towards someone? On the tables? That would be a good question. I'll start off. I could probably go JoeyShakes, but I would want to do the 3D, the Deadly Death Drop. Someone on the tables.
Desert, get that table.
Nothing, Billy Jim? Any?
I don't know, man. I would just probably tombstone somebody. I don't know.
Tombstone.
I don't even know.
Somebody said frog splash.
I'd be doing. I do the worm if I could do it, but it's not gonna happen.
Oh man, there's so much you could do.
This shit is hilarious.
Choke slam a hole right through the table.
It's just actually gonna happen at this tailgate though.
A lot. If they do if they 3D somebody through the table, I would love that fan base. I swear. I love that fan base.
Bills fans go hard as fuck.
Fan base. I can't. There have been videos when they just slam each other. You would thought Eagles fans are wild, but the Bills on a whole nother level. Holy crap!
There's nothing else to do up in Buffalo. I went to school near there, and there's nothing to do over there at all.
Do y'all remember? Do y'all remember last year when Jordan Matthews came back and he was like, "Oh, there was nothing to do in Buffalo, so we just did each other."
Hey, you got a kid down there.
That's how he said he became a father. There's nothing to do, so we just did each other. That shit was so funny.
There's nothing to do except each other. All right. I guess now we're done with the Bills. So I gotta write the W on you, Jim. Damn, you got 7-1 by far.
Hmm.
Joe, you got 8-0.
Of course.
Me, I got, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 62. All right. We will be hosting the Bears. Doink doink at 1 o'clock. Chicago doink. So who y'all got?
Nice the kicker.
No, senor. No, senor.
Ding.
Boy, have y'all seen this?
I gotta redo that video.
You gotta do. Yeah, I was surprised you didn't put the second one like ding dong. You should like.
I gotta redo it. It was just so rushed because a certain Bears fan wouldn't shut the fuck up after we lost. So I had to remind him. All right. I'll fix it. I'll fix that. All right. Who wants to go first? Oh, by the way, before we answer that, to the 36 people that's watching, if you can please do me a favor and subscribe to Philly Jim. His link will be in the description. Help this guy reach 1,000 subs. Just want to point that out there. Subscribe to Philly Jim. All right. Who wants to go first?
Damn, I guess I'll go first. Couple storylines of this game. First, shit. My bad. Couple storylines about this game. First one, it's a rematch of the wild card game, the doink game. And then on top of that, it is also going to be the Jordan Howard revenge game, where he finally gets a chance to go up against his old teammates and show out. I think it's going to be a tough game. I think it could be a very physical game, very low scoring, nasty game, kind of like the one was at their place. But I also see us getting a W here, just out physicaling them, just being better up front, just being better on the D line, being better at the O line, and just getting a better push and doing our thing to win.
Yeah, as we know the Bears look. I mean, they're a totally different team than they were 2 years ago. We all know that, and we had some problems in the playoffs as well. Like a little bit, they caught us on some double moves. Avonte Maddox got caught on some double moves by Allen Robinson, and who's the other Miller. We had some issues, but being home, the crowd's gonna get into it. We're not playing at their place. I just think the crowd's gonna get into it. We're gonna get into it, and we're gonna have a good time. This team's gonna have a good time. It's gonna be like Philly Jim said, it's gonna be a physical game, definitely, because on both sides of the ball for the Bears, they're very good. There's weapons everywhere. I think the Eagles are gonna be more prepared with the upgrades that we do have, and we're not even hitting the draft yet, and we might, I think we're gonna do a little bit more damage. So I think being at home, I think we'll get the dub here.
I got us getting a W, but I'm going to call this right now. The crowd is going to be saying doink through the entire game, calling it.
There better be a sign. There better be a sign in the front, whoever's sitting up front.
It like when they kick the ball, it better say doink.
Doink. That's just funny.
Calling it. All right, so everybody got the win, right?
Right.
Yeah, Bears are, and I gave the props. If any reason I couldn't stand this team is because of one particular person.
But, Jesus.
Yeah, but one person, I really want to give the big shout out to, man, is the Sports Fury. Amazing content creator. Guy is very fun to watch. And then you got the Cowboys fan that's alongside him. But shout out to both of y'all. So we got us beating the Bears. All right, so I got us winning the bye week. No, let's go to the so coming off the bye week, man, this might be the most interesting one through the season. Week 11, both teams coming off the bye week. The Eagles and the Patriots, Sunday, 4:00 game. Who y'all got winning?
Who's gonna go first? Come on. Oh my God, Carson Wentz versus Tom Brady. Man, this has got to start really nice. Okay, I will be at this game. Philly Jim, I hope you're gonna be at this game. Desert, I hope you're gonna be at this game because this is gonna be. Yeah,
this game's probably gonna be dumb, expensive, like it's a freaking Super Bowl.
It's gonna be loud, and there is gonna be some hate, and it's gonna be bad. I mean, it's gonna be bad whoever shows up at Lincoln Financial. But I've been following the Patriots and what they've been doing in the offseason, and it really hasn't been much. A few moves here and there, but nothing that really sticks out to me so well. But oh man, this is going to be a big game. This is going to be not even just the game itself, but for Carson Wentz's resume, this is where it's going to matter the most. And this is a team that you could find yourself, not going to say it, but you could find this team deep in the playoffs at a particular game. Who knows at this point, but this is a very important but very exciting for the fans as well. And I think there's going to be some I don't know. There's going to be some like not anger, but not revenge, but like there's going to be a little bit more. The Eagles are going to want to show that they're better. The Eagles want to know that they're the team, and I think this is the perfect game to do it at. I think that, it doesn't matter what your team looks like on paper. It's how you produce. And, the Patriots could plug in whoever they need to plug in at running back, offensive line. As long as they get their offensive line good, they're pretty much good at any other position. But the Eagles have something to prove, and there's going to be a little bit more fight, a little bit more physical feistiness, and a little bit more swagger from these Eagles players come that game. So I'm excited to see, but I think a W is where it's going to be at the end of this game. Exciting, very exciting. I wish it was earlier, but coming off a bye. And Philly Jim, you tweeted out too, what's the last time the Eagles prepared off a bye week to play the Patriots, what happened. And Doug had a perfect example of how he did it. So
the last time both of these teams had 2 weeks to prepare for each other, we know the story. But I'm gonna piggyback with something off of what Joey said. He pretty much nailed it. This team is gonna come out and they're gonna want to show that they're the team. But it's not only that. I'm gonna take another twist with that point. I'm gonna talk about Carson Wentz for a second, man. We all know what this guy's had to deal with for his last couple of years. Banged up last year. Year before, we won the Super Bowl without him when he was having a really good season. So this is a game that I think he's really going to be up for this game because he did not get to play in that Super Bowl, and he wants to go out and prove to the fans and prove to the media that the Philadelphia Eagles made the right decision in not keeping Nick Foles and trading Carson Wentz. He just wants people to know that he's the man, he's the guy. He doesn't really have to prove that I'm not saying he has to prove that. But for this game, I just think he's going to want to prove it a little more than any other game. So I think that the guys are going to be really energized by that, and they're going to come at the Patriots full force, and we're going to come out of this game with a win. Also, if you're not going to be able to go to this game and you're just watching it at home, I have a drinking game for you guys if you're interested. Take a drink for every 41-33 sign that's going to be at this game because you might actually die if you do that.
Well, if I told you that I was going to be a truck driver, by then, I don't know if I could drink that much. I might still be hammered by the morning. But I kind of feel like we're kind of going to be overdue for a loss, And I feel like of all teams, it could be the Patriots. But if I say that we lose to the Patriots, it'll probably be because the refs are going to be the wide receivers, or they're going to be running all over our ass. And I was giving a shout out to Gabe because I always bust his balls when I say that. But I don't know, man. The Patriots, I don't think they're going to lose a step, even with Gronk, retiring. I know both of y'all are saying W, but I feel like we're going to put up a great fight to the Patriots, but I'm kind of going to I'm going to be on the safe side and say L on this one. I'm going to L on this one.
That's cool.
All right.
Really special.
Philly special.
Carson Wentz is going to run the Philly special.
It's going to be weird.
Super weird.
All right. Joe, you said you got 11-0. 10-0.
Really?
11-0.
I got 10-1.
Guess
10-1?
I don't know.
Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11-0.
Oh boy.
All right. Yeah, that is gonna be another thing. Brady can't take a lot of
No.
He can't even lay a finger on Brady without them being a lot of flags. But all right. Next game we will be hosting the Seattle Seahawks Sunday night at 8:20. Who y'all got?
This is gonna be tough. This is gonna be a tough game. And we've really had bad luck against the Seahawks. Russell Wilson, new extension.
Yeah.
And honestly, without Russell Wilson and that Seahawks offense, the offense is nothing really. You can't put an average pocket quarterback back there because he can run back. He could run backwards 15, 20 yards, come around and come up with some crazy throws. I mean, he's amazing. I have much respect to Russell Wilson, his play and his trade, what he does as a quarterback in this league. With the 4-3 defense, it's really tough to. I think the one trouble that the Eagles have had was against mobile quarterbacks, and I think it's tough. It's really tough. I probably gonna take an L for this, but I'm only saying that because of my first L. I'm only gonna take an L for this. This is home. This is home,
Yeah,
right?
this is home.
Oh boy.
Wait, you just picked the L?
I'm saying an L just because of Russell Wilson, but other than that, I know their defense is on rebuild mode or what. They've lost so many players, and no more Legion of Boom. I just think that Russell Wilson's legs is going to kill us at some times, but I'm just going to put the L just cause for this game, just cause. That's it.
All right. Well, I think we're going to lose this game too. It's just because pretty much everything that Joey said about playing mobile quarterbacks. Every time we play a quarterback who's mobile, even when we play against Dak, man, Dak gets out of the pocket. Happened last year. You saw Marcus Mariota do it. Russell Wilson did it in 2017. There's just something about Russell Wilson, and when we play against him, our defense struggles so badly. And I don't know why. It's just so aggravating. It's like we definitely are the far better team on paper, but something just smells about this game, and I guess we just take a loss and we go to 10-2 on the year.
All right. So you take the L. All right. I'm also going to go with the L on this one. It's like all of you say, Seattle and someone is already mentioning the offensive line. Look, we're not even going to talk about that because we play Seattle with a terrible offensive line plenty of times, and we still can't seem to catch Russell Wilson. We still can't seem to catch Russell Wilson. We cannot beat this team at their worst.
Nope.
It's bad. Russell Wilson's an amazing quarterback, and that's why I'm not even mad. I'm not even mad about it. Russell Wilson, he's an amazing quarterback. Definitely deserves it because he does carry that offense. Even with that terrible offensive line, you're a great quarterback and you still do your thing, even with a bad offensive line. But we're definitely one of those teams that they just always figure out, to be. We can have all the momentum in the world, and they could be, have no momentum. They still beat us. It's bad. It's kind of like how we own the Giants and they own us. The Seahawks own us, but I'm gonna go with the L on this one. I got us losing 2 straight on this one. So, all right. So next game. Oh, by the way, shout out to the homegirl PCG. Oh, and Eddie Taylor in the comments. Shout out to you as well. All right. Week 13, 1:00 game. We will be going down to Miami.
Welcome to Miami.
Miami Dolphins. Who y'all got?
We're winning this game. Flat out winning this game. I don't see the Miami Dolphins as a threat. Ryan Fitzpatrick, once again, gets another starting job, I think, right? He's starting quarterback in Miami?
Yeah. Unless he gets benched for a rookie.
Who's that?
Okay. Ryan Fitzpatrick.
Ryan Fitzpatrick, he is in Miami?
Yeah.
Yeah, he signed with the Dolphins. 1-year deal.
I can't believe I called this shit. Joe, remember we talked about that?
Yeah.
We definitely talked about that. Holy shit.
Bro.
I called it. He's in Miami.
He's in Miami. So
he's in Miami.
I don't see anything. I can't really think of any weapons that the Miami Dolphins. I mean, what, Devontae Parker and who's the other receiver over there? Kenny Stills. I mean, was he going to lob the ball up to one of them like he did with the Tampa Bay Bucks? I think this is just an easy dub. I mean, the Eagles are pretty much going on. They're pretty much going on vacation.
Miami is a good spot. It's a perfect spot for vacation.
Yeah, I just want to talk about the Dolphins for a second. I think we win this game too. I'm going to talk about the draft for a second because I think the Dolphins are going to be – I kind of think the Dolphins are going to be low-key tanking this year because I think the Dolphins definitely need a quarterback. You just talked about Fitzpatrick. He's definitely a short-term answer, for lack of a better word, because I wouldn't even use that word to describe it. It's just like a short-term Band-Aid for that team. And I think they're going to take a look at this quarterback class, which isn't very good. Everyone's on the Kyler Murray hype train. But I think the Dolphins are looking forward to next year with Tua Tagovailoa and Justin Herbert and a couple other guys. So I think they're just gonna be a really bad team next year. And we go in there and we get an easy win, and that takes us to 11-2. So for the second time, I have Carson Wentz leading the Eagles to an 11-2 record.
Well, only way we lose this game is by Madden. But no, we winning this game though. We definitely winning this game. I don't know what's going on down there. No idea. Only way we lose this game, in Miami is if one of our players do something really stupid in Miami. I know there's so much to do. There's so much to do in Miami. So much to do. I'm just going to say we're going to win this. If any of our players get in trouble, it's a wrap after that. But we winning this game. I can't even say too much about this. We win this game. I would love to go down to Miami though. Miami is such a great spot. All right. So finally, week 14, we will finally see the New York Giants on the Monday night game, 8:15, of course. So I'm just going to say this here and now. I got this win. I got this win. Saquon though. That is one exciting running back. Must I hate the Giants, but I like that running back they got. Saquon Barkley.
He's a beast.
Yeah, say bruised up.
That guy, man, that guy can't be stopped. PR said blackout. Yeah.
Guaranteed.
That actually could happen.
That's a blackout game, guaranteed.
You know what? Yeah, we're still gonna have blackout jersey. There was talk about Kelly Green, and I guess that was until the Jets switched their jerseys.
Oh,
Yeah, we definitely getting Kelly Green after that. All right. I got us beating the Giants. I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen with the Giants. I really don't know. They what I still can't get over is the fact that they got rid of Odell Beckham and then replaced them with Golden Tate. Golden Tate is a solid wide receiver, but he's no Odell. He's definitely Odell. I don't know what's going to happen with the Giants. I'm going to go with a W on this one. I don't know what's going on with them.
Yeah, man. I mean, I gotta agree with that. I don't know what the Giants have been doing this offseason, but their organization is just in a state of being fucked right now. Just as fucked as you can possibly be outside of your mind. Got rid of Odell. They signed Sterling Shepard to an extension, signed Golden Tate. So they have like 2 slot receivers. They have Evan Ingram.
Yeah.
Solid tight end. They got Saquon. But damn, dude, what are they gonna do? I just don't know. I mean, they don't ever want to move on from Eli Manning. Eli Manning is just he is terrible. Terrible, man. Like this guy, and second of all, Eli Manning is afraid of Eagles fans. Like he always talks about how there's like a little girl that was flipping him off or something. Like, and the guy is just a bomb, man. And I just don't see how we're ever going to lose to this team. I mean, in the draft, I don't know what they're going to do. I don't know if they want Dwayne Haskins with their 6th overall pick. But honestly, with the void of Odell Beckham Jr., I actually think I could see him reaching for DK Metcalf, the guy who killed it at the combine, the wide receiver from Ole Miss. I could see them doing that. But I don't think there's any receiver they could take in the draft that would be able to replace Odell Beckham Jr.'s production. Their defense, I think their defense is trash. No Olivier Vernon, he's gone. Like, who do they even have on this team besides Saquon Barkley? I just don't know the answer to that. So I think this is one of our easiest wins of the year.
Oh boy, New York Giants. Oh man, yeah, it's draft wise that they get Haskins at quarterback. They really need to put a quarterback behind Eli now. Like they need to go get a quarterback now. Like there's no turning back from getting. I mean, they can go after a pass rusher, but what is one guy gonna do really? And then when you talk about the Odell trade, I mean, yeah, I was kind of surprised because it actually happened. But were they even winning games with Odell Beckham? I mean, really, they're not winning games with him. And if they are, there's always, you know how he is on the field and what he's doing. But I don't know. This team is a total mess, and I'm never really worried about the New York Giants ever. I said that last year for the opener. 2017 for the opener, and I thought we were going to kill them that game. And Eli was throwing short passes. We had no time to even get a pass rush because he was throwing the ball so fast. That ended in that 61-yard field goal, which was great. So, yeah, there's really no pieces. I mean, they got rid of everybody. There's nobody. I mean, even if they draft this year, they're not going to get much. Maybe one good player. Maybe even getting Jabril Peppers in the trade really wasn't a big thing either. I mean, he's a good safety. He could turn into he probably turn better than Landon Collins in the future. But as a whole, right now, they have a GM that just lies out of his ass and. And it's just sad. And then they just gave Shepard that big deal. I mean, he's pretty much. I just don't get it. Like they're mixed. It's like they get rid of Odell, they bring in Golden Tate, and then they sign Shepard to a big deal, and it just looks. I mean, Saquon. I feel Saquon's an awesome player. I mean, generational talent, but. I mean, just amazing. He's. I mean, even though we beat the Giants last year, I mean, he ran on us, and he got to run for his money to see what he could really do. This is a W. I don't even know if they'll even score 10 points on us, really. But this is a win. And it's prime time.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, they're definitely losing.
If any reason they even give us a run for our money, is because of Saquon. He's definitely gonna. I feel like he's still going to do some damage. But other than that, I don't know.
They're making the offensive line. Like the offensive line got a little bit better now, but now it's like you just got rid of your wide receiver. Like you know what I mean? Like it's and then see if they had Odell and they upgrade the offensive line and then they added Golden Tate, then okay, upgrade. Offense looks a little bit better, but now they just did the complete opposite. Like they upgraded one position to degrade another position. So it just makes no sense to me. But what they're doing over there.
Yeah, and one thing I forgot to mention, Philly Jim, when you mentioned the Eli Manning, when you said who said that was about a 9-year-old kid?
Yeah, he said like a 9-year-old flipped him off or some shit.
That guy is such a.
Where's the proof, bro?
Huh?
Where's the proof, bro? He just says stuff.
That's Eli's way of saying I'm terrified of Eagles fans and I hate coming to the link, which is true.
I mean, I just think that's some corny. That's some drama queen shit that he's doing. Like, first of all, you got Giants fans wanting your head every single week, talking so much shit, burning your jerseys, wanting you cut and everything. Giants fans constantly shitting on you as long as you're rocking that color. But you're worried about a 9-year-old kid?
Get
really?
the fuck out of here.
Fuck out of here.
Should be worried about his own fan base and be worried about the way he's playing and the way he hasn't been playing up to his standard. I mean, that's what he should be worrying about and keeping a damn job. But he won't need a job. He's got enough money. He could. I mean, between those Toyota commercials, I want to shoot myself in the head sometimes.
Apparently, he doesn't have to worry about a job because the Giants, Gettleman could give 2 fucks, and he thinks Eli Manning has like multiple. He said he thinks Eli Manning has multiple years left, and they have no plans to get rid of him. But he doesn't even have to worry about not having a job just because the Giants, no matter how bad he's been, they have continued to keep him on the team, even though he sucks fat cock.
And most sacks allowed, they'll keep him here for the record. Maybe that's about it. But there was even a report earlier in the offseason that Gettleman said they might keep Eli Manning for 2020 as well. I mean,
I hope they keep him.
Enough. Go ahead, keep him till he's Kane Daddy Manning. I don't care what do you do with him.
We're gonna wake up tomorrow morning and there's gonna be like a 5-year deal for Eli.
I hope.
And they paid him what? And they paid him that bonus. What was it? 20-something million. They paid him that roster bonus. It was like 20 million.
Oh wait, did you guys know that Eli is the highest earning NFL player of all time?
Really?
Like his brother was the highest, but he passed him whenever he got that $20 million bonus. All time earnings, Eli Manning.
Good for him. Good for that guy.
Hey, I hope he stays for the next 5 years. I mean, did you know that after this W, we actually, for the first time, we'll pass the Giants an all-time record?
That's crazy.
That's hilarious. They were leading it by like 10 games. I know we're 14-4 against them since
Eli,
like
exactly.
the year 2000.
I mean, shit. Yeah, when we own the guy, of course, of course, it's likely he's gonna, talk his nonsense. But all right. So week 15, 1:00 game, we will be visiting the Washington Redskins. I got us winning this game. I'm gonna go with this one. I got us winning this game. I don't even know if Case Keenum is even going to last this long. I mean, they just, oh man. I mean, like what quarterback? I mean, how many quarterbacks are already hurt over there?
They had last year. They had Alex Smith. He had that gruesome leg injury. Then they had Colt McCoy. Then Colt McCoy got hurt in that Eagles game, the Monday night game.
Yeah.
And then next thing you know, Mark Sanchez comes in, and then Mark Sanchez gets hurt, and they end up with Josh Jackson at the end of the season. Or is it Josh Johnson? I don't remember.
Johnson. I
Snaps.
thought they just said Mark Sanchez.
Yeah.
I didn't think he was hurt.
Snap, crackle, pop. So they should name all three of them.
They suck. But man, I got us winning this game too, and that should. That happens, man.
Yeah, you guys do as you please with that one person. I know he's like very annoying. We've already dealt with him long enough. You guys do as you please.
Was there trolls or something in there?
Yeah, there's one troll. He's been talking this bullshit for the past couple days, and it's been like very annoying. Anyway, all right, go on.
Anyway, I think this is the last game that we are gonna have to win, just because we've won so many games so far, according to how I've picked these games. So I think we go ahead and do this, and this should pretty much wrap home field and first round bye. Puts us at 12-2 or 13-2.
You got you said win with the Redskins, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, you got 13-2.
All right, I think that's pretty much a wrap.
We say a first round bye, but the Cowboys are another team. I would say that would be our biggest threat in the division. They also got a sweet schedule too. It might come down to both of them, whoever's going to get it.
Right.
But yeah, the Redskins are another team. I just feel like they're just overpaying so many leftovers. Let's say that. I don't know if I want to say so much as washed up, but I'm gonna say leftovers.
Yeah, they throw money at anybody at this point. I mean, Landon Collins gets a. I mean, I'm surprised he even went to. I mean, go to a team where you're gonna come on now, go to a team where you're gonna flourish in a defense. I mean, I feel like he's just going to the Redskins because he wants to, get some payback. It's all get some payback against the Giants. I don't know. DRC coming out of retirement. What the hell is that about? And what is he doing? And then signing Flowers to a 1 year to be their starting. I think he's going to start right tackle now. I'm he's got such a bad resume. Why even have him on the roster? And then, what happened to Darius Geis? Like, he had a really good preseason his rookie year, and then he just he tore his ACL, and then after that, he's not starting now? Is he he's not? I don't get it at this point, but it's a W. It's an easy W. You can't. I mean, we probably don't even have that. We probably don't even have to have all our starters on the damn field this game. It's crazy.
All right, so week 16, Cowboys, Sunday at 4:25. I was going to say L, whatever, who cares? I'm going to say I said we was going to split, so I just put L on this one.
Yeah, we make the playoff. we make the playoffs, we don't have to put our starters in, and we probably lose this game just because we're either, a lot of veterans aren't playing, need rest, get ready for the playoffs, and that's it. That's all I really take out of this last hoorah of the season. So,
all right. And what did you say about the Redskins again?
W.
W. All right. Got it right there. All right, my bad. By the way, everybody, for those that just joined, if you could do me a favor, subscribe to Philly Jim. His links will be in the description. Help this guy hit 1,000 subs. He's planning to be very active, during the off season when his favorite moments, the draft.
The draft is coming, baby, next Thursday.
The draft is coming. Subscribe to him, man. Subscribe.
But anyway, man, I'm on the same page with you guys. I pretty much think since everything's going to be a wrap, going to have a very high seed by then, whether we have the 1 seed or the 2 seed. I think we'll definitely have a bye week wrapped up. So we're just going to be resting a lot of guys for these last 2 games. So if we lose, it's whatever. It's all good. We'll get ready for this run.
All right. So last but not least, going to New York Sunday at 1 p.m.
Well, they can have the win.
They can have the win.
They can have the win because I don't know. Like I said, I don't know. It depends the position, just like the game before with the Cowboys. It just depends the position what the team's in right now. I don't think they're. I forgot. I got screwed up. They'll particularly play with the Cowboys the week before. They'll probably have some people in, but if it's I got the weeks messed up. Against the Giants, yeah. If it's all said and done, we have our spot in the playoffs depending where we are, and take out starters, rest guys, and get ready for the playoffs. And I still think we could beat this team probably with backups, but hey.
Yeah, man.
I can't say it with a straight face, but that's what I think. W, probably a W at this point.
I mean, if the Giants can't beat us in a preseason game when everything's locked up, we have nothing to play for, then they never will. I really don't know what to say, W or L. I guess I'll say L because I think literally nobody's going to play.
You got L.
But it's the Giants, bro. It's the Giants, bro. They can fuck this up.
Yeah. They're probably going to end up quitting. They do that. So you say L, Philly Joe?
I'll just say L for now.
You say L. Joe, you say W or L?
I'll say dub.
All right. I'm going to say dub on this one. Like I say, they quit. And you know what? I'm also going to say a W because even when we sit our starters, we still got talented backups, and being as though, we are rotational. So you know what?
Yeah.
I'm going to say W. And besides, I don't like I was kind of thinking the teams that I picked we was winning and losing, I was going to end up saying 10-6. But as long as it's 10 wins, I'm good. As long as
double-digit wins.
But I got us beating the Giants. I'm going to go with 11-5. I got us beating the Giants. I got us sweeping them once again.
Damn,
so
bro.
That leaves, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. All right. I got 11-5. Joey.
Damn, Joey.
First seed.
15-1. Is it 15-1?
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. A lot 14. Of people saying 14, by the way. So you're not the only one.
I got a lot of confidence, I guess.
Yeah. I guess this is me on a realist side, Split to the Cowboys, lose to the Seahawks, Patriots, the best team in the schedule. Packers owns us. Falcons only owns us in Atlanta. So, but Philly Jim, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 and 14.
12-4.
I said 12 and 14. My bad. 12 and 4. My bad. 12 and 4. I'm tripping. 12 and 4. So I got 11 and 5. Joey got 14 and 2. And Philly Jim got 12 and 4. Now, my honest opinion about this schedule, I don't think it's really going to really judge us whether we're good or not because we do have a sweet schedule. All I got to say is I just hope, as long as we at least win a playoff game, I'm good. I'm good with it. But what y'all got? What y'all think? What y'all think about the schedule overall,
I think I just like I said, like you said, the few teams like Seattle, Green Bay, you got the Falcons in there. I mean, you got some tough teams. I mean, it's not, I can easily say, W, but I mean, it just depends. It's all about the off season. It's all about, preseason, because even last year, like we kind of put it to the side, we put it under the rug, and we're like, they're playing bad, whatever, swept it under the rug. It's just preseason. But now, like, you really got to see guys produce specifically. I don't care if we win or lose preseason games, but what leads up to the regular season. I mean, I felt like we were still in our preseason form when we hit. I know we had some injuries, of course, but guys coming back. We had a lot of hurt guys coming into the season, and we're 100%. A lot of guys rehabbing. So I think we're pretty much set right now. Mm-hmm. And to this point, we could easily have 4 losses probably if you just name a team that's could stand up to us. Like the Patriots, Green Bay, Atlanta, Seattle. Those are like 4 teams I could probably say that could stand up to us. But overall, it's a well balanced schedule, and it's all on Carson Wentz, and it's all on Doug Pearson's play calling, how aggressive he's going to be, and Mike Groh kind of being that offensive coordinator and preparing for these upcoming teams on the schedule and how they work, this offense against defenses, because honestly, the Eagles have a huge advantage, and we don't even have to name the people that we've got. But I think the schedule is perfect for us, really. I know we got all the division games at the end, you know what I mean? But I think it's just like last year, kind of with the division games. But I think this is a good schedule. I'm not mad about it. I'd rather get I'd rather get some of the we got Green Bay and Atlanta. I'm glad we're going to be away, so it's like we're home, and then they're going to be on their way, being away, facing these teams. I want to see what they could do on the road as well, nice and early.
Right. I pretty much agree with you guys. The only thing about the schedule I would say that you could really say kind of sucks, and I don't really think it's that bad, but I know a lot of people are not going to like the fact that the Eagles are the only team in the league that have 4 straight away games this season. So that's or maybe it's only 3 straight. So that's the only thing I could really say. I think there's a lot of winnable games on here. I don't think we have a lot of games on our schedule where we're like, oh, man, we really better show up for this team. There's some good teams on our schedule. There's some teams that made the playoffs last year, like the Bears are on the schedule, obviously, the Patriots, Seattle Seahawks. There's going to be some tough games on here, but all in all, I think we'll definitely win double-digit games. I think you're going to see different Carson Wentz than what we saw last year. He's going to have a lot of time to get rested. I know a lot of people are a little bit concerned since he said at his presser the other day, how his back is not like all the way there yet, but it's April, guys. We got like 5 months until we play a game. Like, yeah, he'll be okay. I think he'll be okay and he'll be in OTAs, and there's a lot of things that he missed out on last year, just not being around the team, rehabbing. So he'll be in the room, and he'll be on the practice field working with these new receivers like Deshaun Jackson, getting on the same page with him. It'll be really good for him. Mike Groh, I was a little bit hard on Mike Groh last year. I just didn't like the game plans and all the shit that was going on when it seemed like it changed after Wentz went out, though. But I think I just give him a little bit of benefit of the doubt, because I think it's very, very possible that they were just, calling it safe because they're afraid Wentz was going to go out and do something crazy and tear his ACL again. So there's a lot of like safe play calls, I think. But I think when you have a guy that's 100%, I think things are going to be a lot different. I've talked a lot about the offense, but the defense, man, I think the defense is going to be very much improved. I like what they're doing along the defensive line. Of course, we did lose Michael Bennett, who was our leading sacker last year, but you bring back Brandon Graham on a nice extension. Derek Barnett is coming back. Probably will use that first-round pick on defensive tackle for the rotation, which is kind of something that we're missing in there. Got a lot of guys who can play in the secondary. Maddox really came on strong. Crayvon LeBlanc came on strong. You got Darby come back for a 1-year deal. It's going to be I think the defense is going to be a lot better if they can just figure out what they're going to do with the linebacker spot. I really like this roster from top to bottom, and I really could see us winning 10-plus games. Love the schedule, love the roster, and we haven't even drafted yet. So that's what I will definitely know. I can definitely say for sure that I think we will win 12 or 13 games if we kill the draft. If we kill the draft and stay healthy, there's no doubt in my mind.
Desiree, you mind if I piggyback off that real quick?
What's up?
If I piggyback off that real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
You got to let Carson Wentz be Carson Wentz. And you can't handicap him. You can't keep him in the pocket. You can't be cautious. You just got to let him be who he is. And that's it. Maybe you could tweak some things. He's got to slide more. He's got to be a little bit more cautious when he's going out of bounds, whatever it is. Okay. And I could tell at his press conference, he did not want to be there. I mean, just think about 2017. It was all positive at his press conferences. Just think of it now. It's just negative. It's negative. It's all negative. And he said at the press conference, he was like, "Oh, I didn't know I was going to be answering questions like this the whole time." It's a whole different thing with him now, because everything about him is his durability. He can't stay healthy, blah, blah, blah. It is what it is. He didn't want to be there. Okay. So we got to let him, he's not rehab, his back still isn't – I don't know what the case is. Maybe it's not healed. As long as he's back by OTAs, I don't care. I don't care. He doesn't need mini camp, whatever. He doesn't need to be at mini camp. Be at training camp, get ready for preseason. And honestly, I wouldn't blame the Philadelphia Eagles if they kept him in more snaps in the preseason. I wouldn't even – honestly, to this point, I mean, maybe a series or two in the first game. Mostly it's a series. The second game is like 2 series to 3. And then, third game is a rehearsal game where they play for a whole half. And then fourth game, no starters play. So honestly, I wouldn't blame the Philadelphia Eagles right now if they kept him in for a few more, like a series or 2 more. I wouldn't even blame them, because he really needs reps. I mean, plain simple, the guy needs reps. And and that's really it with that. And then when Philly Jim talking about the whole Michael Bennett situation too, whatever was happening behind closed doors wasn't good. He wanted to start. He didn't want to be rotational. He knew what he was coming into when he came here. He knew what was going on when he came here. Apparently he was a little bit of distraction. He only wanted to play on one side of the field. I mean, there was so much involved with that too. And we were all pissed off about it. But I think, like Desert Eagle said, wait, let Howie do his thing. just sit back and get off your phone, stop going crazy. You're refreshing Twitter every 2 seconds because that's what I was doing it. I'm not going to lie. I was doing it. I was like, just make a move, make me happy for one day. We just want to be happy every day. But sometimes that can't happen. Look what we've done so far. Deshaun Jackson was huge coming back. Deshaun Jackson, I mean, I can't wait to see him catch a deep ball, backwards pedal into the end zone with that swagger that he does have and get his first touchdown back as a Philadelphia Eagle. That's what I can't wait. The way what he's gonna bring to this offense. Okay, and Wentz has a hell of an arm, hell of a strong arm. I mean, if he can't hit Deshaun Jackson on deep routes, I don't know what to tell you. But with Jordan Howard, stability in the offensive line, stability in the defensive line, that we're not even done yet. I mean, you already freed up some $5.7 million in cap space for Zach Ertz, and you have more moves you can create. So you don't know if this is towards a Carson Wentz extension. And just remember, the earlier you sign Carson Wentz, the cheaper it's going to be. The longer you wait, the more expensive he is going to be. So you might want to make a move on it soon. I don't know if some of the fans want him paid now, and some of the fans want the Eagles to wait till next offseason to prove his worth. But I don't blame them for trying to, kind of wait and see what he does. But at this point right now, the draft is here next Thursday. Hallelujah. Thank freaking God, because the speculation stops. Draft night will come and we're going to find out who. And this is a perfect draft because, what, if the Eagles have between the first round pick, the 2 second round picks, the Eagles can get some contributors to the offense and defense, and they pay Carson Wentz after this year or whenever they do it. And then next year, you have a really good draft on your hands. You have a lot of draft picks for 2020. A couple guys are going to leave. But if they get some young guys in here that can contribute, it's going to be a hell of a nice 2 years and more years to come down the road. So that's all I got to say about that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You guys already said a lot what I had to say. Both very spot on. I know I said 11-5. You said 14-2. Philly Jim said 12-4. And this is before we even draft.
Right.
Like, the draft is going to make a huge difference. Couple things. Carson Wentz. We gotta let Carson Wentz beat him because we didn't see how we didn't let him beat him in his rookie year. This is why he didn't have a good year at all. 2017 though, we saw what he was about. But this year is going to be a bit different because he's coming off the injury. But we're going to talk about letting Carson Wentz be himself, and I know I'm going to keep saying this time and time again, but we got to focus on the offensive line. I know we got Jason Peters is probably going to be retired next year?
Probably.
His final year, huh?
I would say so.
He's done.
Yeah, he's pretty much going to be done next year. So we got to work on a replacement there. I mean, unless Big V is going to go there. I don't trust Isaac Seumalo. I just don't. And they say he's supposed to be better than Steve Wisniewski.
He outplayed him.
If that's how they wanted to put it, even though we also know that he also got into it with Jason Peters, right?
I think what overclouds the whole thing with Wisniewski is that with this Isaac Seumalo thing is that Wisniewski was he was on the offensive line when we won the Super Bowl, and then they're like, why? And that freed up $3 million in cap space, just by cutting him. So I know Isaac Seumalo. I mean, he was a third-round pick a few years ago. So I mean, he just outplayed him, and I think Wisniewski had a problem and with the coaches because of it, and that's what happened. But you have a guy like Matt Pryor that could be the swing guard. And the first thing at the coaches' breakfast before the combine happened, they talked about Matt Pryor. First thing about the offensive line was backups, and they talked about Matt Pryor being that swing guard. Big V, to be honest with you, he came in. Jason Peters was leaving a lot of games early just to conserve energy and conserve it. You know what I mean? So they brought Big V in, and he didn't really play that well. But because he's just coming in, he barely had any reps.
And then you have, the big rugby star Jordan Mailata sitting in the background, and he against third and fourth stringers in this last preseason. Jordan Mailata was literally, his hands are so violent, he doesn't even have to extend his arms. I mean, it's ridiculous. But I think he's never played football, and there was plenty of videos during training camp where he was getting yelled at by Jeff Stoutland like constantly because he doesn't want to play football. What do you expect? But going on year 2 for Jordan
I
Mailata.
remember. Yeah, I remember.
You got a few tackles in this draft that could really make a huge difference. And
Yeah.
you know what? It's not a bad thing. If they went offensive tackle in the first round, I wouldn't blame them, honestly, because free agency wise, they have the money to add some more. We need more depth at defensive tackle. We need a friggin' linebacker badly. We need my dream is to get a young stud linebacker. That's what I want. We can't use these veterans. We just can't. We can't do it anymore. Got to start drafting the right way. Build this defense the way it should be built. And you know what? As long as when the offseason started, Howie Roseman stabilized the offensive line, re-signed everybody while saving cap space at the same time. And
we got a guy like Howie.
I'm telling you, no one else is doing. Like, I know restructure. No, and then there's when you restructure a player too, it's not you could just restructure a player. It's you have to ask the player, hey, we want to restructure you. Every player does not give it because all they care about is winning championships, and that's what it's going to take. And they know Harry Roseman can make it happen. Like I hate at these press conferences they ask the players, "Oh, who do you think they're going to draft?" Like, do you honestly think they care? I mean, at this. Do you hear that? They're like, well, I'm not upstairs making the, you know what I mean? Like, they're not making the trades. Who cares? And who are you looking at? Like, it's the dumbest question I've ever heard in my life. Right? They're focusing on themselves. I know. Go ahead.
It's like, the media is just. I'm sorry. I'm just when it comes to the media, they'll just say any fucking thing. That's the stupidest questions. The stupidest questions.
They asked Carson Wentz, what quarterbacks are you looking at in the draft? He's like, what? Who cares? He doesn't care. He's worried about himself right now.
Why would you ask someone that's the franchise at that? Why?
Bruh, they asked Carson Wentz how good. They asked him, how good do you think Easton Stick is? Easton Stick is the quarterback that's coming out from North Dakota State. He's projected to be like a 7th round pick, and Carson Wentz was just like, I mean, he's pretty good.
Yeah, he's not gonna say anything bad about him. I mean, it's not gonna happen.
I mean, I understand they can ask Carson that because he went to North Dakota State.
Yeah, he knows him.
Huh?
Yeah, but he knows him, but like, still, he was just kind of like, I mean, well, he's pretty good. It was just kind of funny.
He must have threw him off guard.
Because Carson Wentz, he just has like that all shucks like personality.
Yeah.
So Desert Eagle, what is your dream pick for the first pick at 25? Who would you take off the board at 25 if they're there?
Oh man.
If they're available.
Oh man. It's tough. I understand I wanted to say a defensive tackle over defensive end. I know it's that. Linebacker, I know we got LJ Ford, Paul Warlow's coming back. That's a tough one. But I also care about Carson Wentz's health, and I feel, it also makes sense to get a line as well.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, when I say we need a great line, I hate to bring this team up, but we got to give the props where it's due. The Great Wall of Dallas. That was a great offensive line. We need that kind of line. But I'm going to say either a defensive tackle, a linebacker, or preferably a pass rusher.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, dude. I don't know. I don't think we need anything off. I know. There's a running back. If we were to go run now, I start thinking about it as time goes by. Do we really need to go running back?
But do we? I think we really need that speed running back. I think we need that speed guy. We don't have a speed guy on this team.
Right. I forgot about that. Okay.
Yeah.
So I know we got all right. So Jordan Howard's a guaranteed starter. Then we got Josh Adams, Darren Sproles, and let me tell you this. I know Darren Sproles said that he wants to wait until May to finally, to get his decision.
Bitch. Wait on you?
No, but Darren Sproles, I don't blame him for wanting to do that. He wants to make that decision because he wants to see who we're gonna draft.
Mm-hmm.
He wants to see who we're gonna draft. I think if we end up drafting a running back, he's gonna retire. He's gonna end up going to another team. If not, he's probably gonna stay. He probably wants to play another year, but
are you gonna waste another roster spot on a punt returner just for a guy to return punts?
Oh, bro.
Makes no sense.
I think Sproles needs to retire. We need to go young. Like we need to continue.
I agree.
But I'm gonna tell you one thing. Ever since you shared me that clip, Joey, about Miles Sanders.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Are you talking about the play against Michigan State?
Just watching him. Yeah.
His jump cuts are unreal. Like they're just unreal. Like he
has one play against Michigan State where he literally looked like Saquon.
Yeah, I know. He actually does remind me of LaShawn McCoy.
Yeah.
Miles Sanders, that he does that dancing, that juke.
Mm-hmm.
LaShawn McCoy.
Yeah,
I like that. But
there was even
if he's available in the second round, I don't mind this. I definitely say get him.
But
all right. Huh?
Go
ahead, Joe. My bad. Go ahead.
Sorry, no, I'm cutting you off your stream, bro. The Duke Johnson trades too, like the whole rumors going on with that. That's a whole nother thing too, because who would have known that we were going to get Jordan Howard? Nobody. It was so quiet to the point where this was going on for a month. I mean, Jordan Howard pretty much knew he was going to go to the Eagles like for a whole month. And I know the Eagles are still in talks with this Duke Johnson trade. And he's just pure speed. I mean, that guy's just pure speed. I'm not talking about a home run hitter. I'm just talking someone that's really good open space, can line them up wherever you want all over the field, just like we kind of wanted if Le'Veon Bell came here. But that trade, I do like Miles Sanders, Darrell Henderson. I don't think there is. I think they're interested in all these running backs. I mean, Josh Jacobs as well. We have that Joe Panunzio, that ex-Alabama running back coach. He was the running back coach in 2018 for Alabama Crimson Tide, and knows about these running backs and knows Josh Jacobs really well. So I don't know, man. We're gonna find out. We'll know. I mean, just give it time. But this whole Josh Adams is definitely on the bubble. He's definitely on the bubble, almost off this roster. Because I honestly think we just put him in at a point just because we literally had injuries, and we gave him a chance. And he did it as much as he could. So I mean, if he goes on waivers, I think he'll get picked up just because now Now he has some tape, to show. But I don't like. He's a bruiser running back, but he's a patient bruiser. Like, I don't like that. I like a guy like, that's why Jordan Howard, no problem. He might, sidestep a little bit to find his hole, but he's going to clash into anyone that's in front of him, and he's going to get an extra 5 to 7 yards on contact. So I'm not worried about that. But the pure speed running is where we really need to complete this core. And I'm glad we're not paying a running back all this friggin' money. I'm glad we're doing committee, because it worked out in 2017. It can work out now. And there's so many with Deshaun Jackson on the outside. It's going to open up so much underneath stuff for the tight ends. Not even just that, but open up for the, Jordan Howard's talking about how they would close the box on him. And it was just, he had nowhere to go. We shut down Jordan Howard. We've shut him down. It's happened. But he's had some good runs on us too. But like linebacker, like Devin Bush. So many guys. I mean, Mac Wilson from Alabama. There's so many guys. But Paul Warlow. Before he was with the Lions 2 years ago, he was with the Falcons. He was just an all over the field tackler. I mean, this guy was just a beast. Went to the Lions, had a down year, but the Lions are the Lions. They don't have a good defense over there. But now, tore his ACL last year, and now coming back, he's healthy. So hopefully, if Paul Warlow, he could do something, I'd be happy with. He's still in his late 20s, I think. And then, Nigel Brown's getting up there in age too. So how many years is he going to have left? But he's still playing at a high level. Probably one of the best free agent signings we've had in a long time at linebacker. And now, if I want to pick somebody at 25, I'm going to pick a pass rusher, and I'm going to pick Christian Wilkins from Clemson. Surely Jim already knows this because I'm a big Christian Wilkins. Yeah. Pretty much. I love the guy. And it'd be a steal to get him at 25. That's just how I'm thinking right now. So that's it.
Yeah, man. I pretty much agree. I think we're kind of thin at defensive tackle, especially with the rotation. Not the starting defensive tackle, because you got Malik Jackson along with Fletcher Cox. But then you got Trayvon Tip Field Goal Hester and who else do we have?
Bruce Hector.
Yeah, I know about Bruce Hector. But, man, if you can get Christian Wilkins in here, man, your defensive line is pretty much set. And let's say you take Wilkins at 25, and then I was thinking about this earlier. We have everyone knows we have a lot of corners. I think Sidney Jones still has a lot of upside. He's a young guy. He just can't stay healthy. I really do think he has the ability to be a good corner. And you look at a team like the Seattle Seahawks, who only have 4 picks in the draft this year.
Mm-hmm.
You could see Howie Roseman, picking up the phone and calling about Frank Clark and saying, "Listen, you guys don't have that many picks. We'll give you Sidney Jones, a young player with a lot of upside, who we really think has the ability. He can be a good corner in this league. He's battling an injury bug, but the upside is there. And we can give you the 57th overall pick in the draft. You have 4 picks this year. You need it. You don't have a second-round pick. What do you say? This guy, he's a $17 million cap hit on your team. We'll take him off your hands. Then you can bring him here, and you can add him to the defensive line, and then your defensive line is going to be so stacked. It's not even funny. First, the second rotation could be like a starting defensive line on another team. That's how good I think it could be. I think they could. I think another name that would be a good pick is Cody Ford from Oklahoma.
Mm-hmm.
He's a good offensive lineman. He can play guard and he can play tackle. And the reason why I would pick him is because his versatility. He can play guard and he can play tackle. We all know about Brandon Brooks and his injury last year against the Saints in the playoffs. So he may miss a game or two. So you can put him in at that guard, and he can be short term for guard. Also, you kind of have an option if you're not really sold with Big V, if you're not really sold with Jordan Mailata. Although I will say something about Jordan Mailata. I don't know if you guys saw this, but during press conferences, Jason Kelsey was on there, and he pretty much said the improvements that Jordan Mailata has made from when he came here last year and he was learning how to play the sport, and coming into this year has been absolutely insane. But if you do take a Cody Ford, that would be an easy transition for the left tackle where Jason Peters retires, or it's also a short-term solution for however long we're going to be without Brandon Brooks at the start of the season. So those are two guys I think the Eagles should take a look at if they stay at 25.
Yeah, that's really good. That sounds really good to me. If you get Frank Clark on this defensive line, I don't care. Chris Long could get out of here at this point because you bring Frank Clark has 2 double-digit sack seasons. He had 13 sacks last year. I forgot what he had the year before. He had over 10 the year before. I mean, it's just crazy. And I think Seattle already said they want as high as a second-round pick, which it's not too steep because you're getting a lot. You're getting a lot out of Frank Clark, but another trade, and then you got the Gerald McCoy trade rumors going around too. You can add him to the defensive line because you only got Malik Jackson, Fletcher Cox, Trayvon Hester, and that's really it. But you can add. The Eagles have so many options, and then you have the rumors of taking your what's the second round pick number, 56 or 57?
57.
The 57 pick you trade to the Jets for the 68th pick, which is early third round. You get Darren Lee, for linebacker for the New York Jets, plus that early third round pick, and you kill 2 birds with one stone. You get a player, and you draft it early in the third round, and you get someone's going to drop there as well. A need for the Eagles. So, oh my God, there's so many options. It's overwhelming.
Yeah, I mean, I think another name it's going to be on the trade market is we're hearing stuff about Jadeveon Clowney from the Houston Texans. He is apparently not close to a deal. So I think it's possible that I think it would make more sense to trade for both sides to trade for Frank Clark. But I could also see a Clowney trade happening on draft night. I think both of those guys will be traded at the draft. But
go
ahead.
Sorry to cut you off. It was just a quick question. Isn't Clowney the one that hit Nick Foles? Was that him?
Yep.
Yes. He horse collared the shit out of Nick Foles or face masked him or something. And Foles was pissed about that. I remember that play. I've never seen Nick Foles get mad, but he was fucking mad the refs didn't call that shit.
As long as he's not Mark Ingram or Alvin Kamara, we're good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I didn't want Mark Ingram coming to the Eagles. I thought that was going to happen. I was like, tell me they're going to go. Just tell me they're going to try to sign him because I would have been so pissed. No freaking way. I will take being depleted at running back over getting him to upgrade it. I don't even care at this point.
Yeah, see, last year when we was, there was talk about Mark Ingram. No, was it last year or the year of?
I remember when there was trade rumors about him one year.
Yeah, I was okay with that, but now,
hell no.
You can go to hell.
I've never seen 2 players as salty as Alvin Kamara and Mark Ingram.
Seriously,
ever.
Just. This is what I enjoyed. The main reason why I enjoyed the Saints losing was because of them too.
Yeah, that shit was so funny.
They just kept running their mouth. I enjoyed it. Every second of them. I enjoyed it.
But the defensive line right now, it's definitely going to get beefed up a lot more. They're not done at defensive line at all right now. So there's so many options they can go. Just say they even get, they could draft at the end, but they could, get another free agency, defensive tackle. They could go. There's so many options. I mean, then after the draft, there's probably a good month to where Howie will make either some depth signings. He'll make those little signings. That's why they get paid the big bucks because I couldn't even make these decisions by myself. I mean, it's just crazy.
Yeah. Crazy. All right, so is there anything else, or did you anything else y'all wanted to say? You want to give it a couple more minutes or so?
We missed anything? What did we miss?
I am going to say this though. Nick Foles was very. I also want to say, against the Texans was very emotional that game. Very emotional. That was a story to remember right there. You would think it was all over after Nick Foles got that hit, he got hit and he ended up leaving the field, and no Nate Sudfeld came in. And then Nick Foles came back that following play. For the moment, it was a sucky feeling. It was a terrible feeling.
Darren Sproles was on his knees, like holding his hand. I'm like, oh my God, what the hell's going on? Is he knocked out? What the hell's going on?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
But him coming right back and just driving the ball down the field, at least enough to kick the field goal. That right there is what you call a true quarterback, that wants to win.
Yeah,
Nick Foles is guaranteed my favorite player. It was Brian Dawkins, but now I got to put Nick Foles ahead officially after that.
Class act.
Of course, it would have been the Super Bowl. Yeah, of course, it would have been the Super Bowl, but after the Texans was a flat-out guarantee right there.
He even said recently this past few days that he's not going to be trashing the birds before that preseason game. He's just going to focus on himself and to, get chemistry with his teammates. He said he's not even going to be trashing the Philadelphia Eagles. And most players that leave teams that play them, whether it's preseason or the regular season, they end up talking a little bit or whatnot. But he says, I'm not this is another home for him. I'm glad. I'm glad he's a starting quarterback somewhere.
Yeah,
it is what it is. Like we were hoping, if we get the free and we franchise tag him, that we would have traded him and all that stuff. But you know what? The Eagles just had to say, we got to let him go. I mean, he wouldn't have bought back himself in the free agency with the $2 million if he didn't want to. If he didn't pay it back, then he would be like, okay, fine, I'll stay on the team for another year and get paid this month, $20 million, whatever. But he paid back for a reason. He wanted to start somewhere else. Give him what he wants. Don't make a fuss about it. And that's it. So I'm glad where he is. You know what? And he deserves it. He deserves it. And honestly, he wouldn't be in this spot if Chip Kelly never cut him. If he never traded, if Nick Foles was never traded, he probably wouldn't be if we wouldn't have a Super Bowl right now, plain and simple. And he wouldn't have had his own success. And he wouldn't have is making a big money contract that he's making now with the Jacksonville Jaguars. And you know what? That's the team he wanted to go to, and now he's there, and he bought a house, and he's happy, and that's it. We won't run into him anytime soon, but it is what it is. Who knows at this point? But you know what? I'll be checking in once in a while in the game, see how he's doing. I'll be checking around, and hoping him for the best success. But unless it's against us, but that's really what Nick Foles. He'll be in our hearts forever, regardless what happens. You can't forget it. He's got a statue. He's got his own statue at Lincoln Financial. I mean, now he's got a statue. I mean, it's crazy. That thing was crazy. When I came up to that thing. I was like, damn.
Yeah. I would have been okay with putting his statue over Rocky. All right, I would have been okay with that. I mean, I was sick and tired of people always making fun of us. Worshipping the Rocky statue. That's our Super Bowl.
It's history. It's history in the movie business. I mean, there's plenty of cities that have that. I mean, it's just what when I first went to the Rocky statue and the steps, I was like so excited because I never been there. And it might sound corny, but I was when I first ran up the steps and I was like, wow, like this is surreal. Like it's amazing. I couldn't believe it. It was right when I started this channel. I went to the first game of the opener against the Browns, and then before the game I went to the Rocky Steps, and I was there a few hours before, and it was great. I was like, this is like I'm standing on history right now. But people can make jokes about it, but it is what it is. I need to bring up something else we didn't talk about. We probably don't. I don't know. It's up to you guys.
Let's go. I mean, let's keep going.
Jalen fucking Mills.
Oh shit! I already know where this is about to go.
Go ahead.
Jalen Mills. Do you agree? Since I know the whole story, what happened, now I really don't blame him. Now, in the beginning, with the whole Devin Robinson from the Wizards, and no one apparently knows who he is. I mean, basketball at Philly Gym more than I do, so rosters and. Do you know what Devin Robinson? I've
never heard of him, bro.
Okay, so he's no. Oh, This town ain't big enough for the both of us. Get out of Washington because you don't belong here and you're not on a Washington team.
Who was he? I can understand if it was Josh Norman.
At least Jalen Mills is a fucking Super Bowl champion.
Yeah. And
Devin Robinson is a nobody.
He's got a boot on his leg and still whooped his ass. I mean,
that's bad.
I don't even know if he shouldn't even get, for self-defense, he shouldn't even get a suspension. I really hope he doesn't. But do you guys think that Jalen, I mean, there's been a lot of talk between Alshon Jeffrey at the Sixers game saying, oh, see you in Miami, because the Super Bowl's going to be in Miami. And then you have Jalen Mills on that show. He was at some boxing fight or something. He was like, yeah, we're going to the Super Bowl, man. It's like, we healthy. We're going to the Super Bowl. And so is Jalen Mills going to start this year?
He should worry about that.
That's what he should worry about.
Is he going to start? I mean,
honestly, right now, I would say no.
No. Now we got guys like Crevion LeBlanc, Avante Maddox, Rasul Douglas, Ronald Darby.
I was about to play. I was like
now we got these guys. Now we got these guys. Doing pretty good. I think he should worry about that before he even talk about the word Super Bowl. See, I can take Alshon Jeffrey serious when he's saying something like that, because at least he's always been doing something.
Yeah, he's got Joe on the field.
Yeah. At least he could back it up, And when he said that, did he say something about we was going to the Super Bowl? When he first came to Philly, or was it prior to that?
No, Alshon, when he first came to Philly, he said that he was going to help Carson Wentz win an MVP.
Yeah,
and he pretty much kept his word on that. Because Carson Wentz was 100% the MVP before he got hurt.
Yeah, definitely.
But then when we got to the Super Bowl, I think it was like the week of the Super Bowl, he pretty much said, we didn't come this far to fucking lose this shit.
Yep.
We're winning the Super Bowl. We're here. Yes. So I don't have a problem with Alshon saying shit, but
not at all.
Jalen Mills is a dude that he talks shit, man, but he never ever backs it up like on the field. And I don't know why the fuck he just doesn't step up, man, other than he doesn't have the ability to. But the guy, he's got to like chill, because I remember last year in that Vikings game, he was getting fucking killed by Adam Thielen and Stephon Diggs.
Oh, man.
And he made one play against Adam Thielen, and then he got in Adam Thielen's face, and then fucking Fletcher Cox got pissed at him, and he pulled him back, and he started like he got all in Jalen Mills' shit over that. So Jalen Mills, he has got to chill out, and he has got to start bringing it on the field. This is a contract year for him. He's got to
take that. He needs to take that shit to. He'll probably go with the rest of those cocky fucks in New Orleans or whatever. He could probably go there or go to fucking Seattle or wherever with that kind of attitude. I mean, it's like you say, he can't. He just can't back it up. All that shit, man. He does all this waving, this fucking. I just want to break that shit and fucking feed it to my cat, like, or whatever. You know what I mean?
But,
your cat.
That's how Fletcher Cox felt, man. He was like, you gotta sit your ass down, man.
Yeah, no, that's bad. That's just a bad look. I mean, even Deshaun Jackson burning him on the. I said, of course. First play of the game, Tampa Bay said, throw his way now. Like, you can't put him on an island. But at the same time, too, like during the year, like defensive line, they got to stay healthy, because otherwise our corners get exposed. We don't have any high profile guy corners. We don't at this point. Ronald Darby might not be back till preseason of the week 3 of preseason. That's the latest. He says he's aiming to play the first game. I think he will, but I really need him to be 100% and be on his game, because we can't put him out there half like on point, half off point, being 100%, not being 100%. But Crayvon LeBlanc has stepped to be that nickel guy. And nickel is like probably harder than outside corner because it's more reflex. Like you got to have quick reflexes at the nickel spot, cover tight ends. I mean, Crayvon LeBlanc, man, Jesus, guy is just.
He's a playmaker.
He's made so many plays, and oh my God, it's just crazy. And Avonte Maddox, he can go at safety, he can be on the outside, and Avonte Maddox, my God, him too. I mean, he's dropped a few picks, could have had a lot more picks. And then you got Rasul Douglas back there, and he's more of that lengthy corner that's not going to be out there with a lot of field behind him. He'll be like in the red zone type corner because he's got those long arms. He's like 6'1". He's a little bit of a taller corner. But defensive line needs to stay healthy, and that's where it starts. Derek Barnett, I mean, they had him out in pass coverage at certain points. They had him drop back in pass coverage, even in the Colts game, which I was kind of like surprised, but it worked out pretty good. Derek Barnett, the pick that we really were half and half. I was half and half. Desert was definitely, half and half, maybe less than that, maybe. It's becoming he's turned out to be a pretty good defensive end. Just got to stay healthy. I wouldn't call him, I don't like the word injury prone because it's just like after he gets hurt for 1 year, he's injury prone. But for the Super Bowl run, so many guys were hurt and just didn't care and just, they want to win, man. They're not just going to sit out. I mean, look, Nigel Brown broke his thumb and he's like, I'm just going to tape it up and play because my teammates need me, and that's how you got to be. So,
yep.
Jalen Mills, he better contract year. He better. I don't think he's gonna be on this team after this year. I mean, what is he gonna get? I mean, corners get overpaid. Look at Ronald Darby. Could have went to the Kansas City Chiefs and could have went to a really good defense, but he has a better. On a contract year, Ronald Darby has a better chance staying with the Philadelphia Eagles. He has a better chance staying. You would want to stay with the Philadelphia Eagles as Ronald Darby because you know the players, you're tight with the players, and you'll have more success. You go to Kansas City, it's a new scheme, it's new coaches, it's new. You have to build chemistry. It's like a whole new area. You know what I mean? You stay in Philly, get it. I was surprised we re-signed him, but I wasn't surprised at the same time. Like a little over $8 million. But hey, you know what? We pretty much had the same secondary as last year. Got Rodney McLeod back, restructured him, and one more year, and then you got to worry about the safety position. Malcolm Jenkins has 2 years left. I don't even know what he's going to have left. So they're going to have to. Trey Sullivan's not going to do it. Anderson Dejo is just a rental for this year. And then you got to go find a safety in this draft, at least someone that's going to start. And, that someone has some, high ceiling at least. I don't think they're going to go safety first round. I think I'll be more pissed if they go safety first round with all these other positions so deep. But who knows at this point what's going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Ronald Darby. You look really upset at your press conference when you were signed your contract. What's going on?
I don't know.
You're very ungrateful.
I felt like I deserved more.
Damn.
1 year.
You can't play corner hopping on one leg, but
Bro, you cannot let Amari Cooper do you like that again.
Mom always told me to go easy on girls.
But you know what though? Like Avonte Maddox looks like he has that speed. When he gets a pick, man, when he's in open field, man, my God, he's got legs. With Ronald Darby, we were talking about he's got the 4.3 speed, and he just I don't know. He just doesn't look. He doesn't have that comeback speed, you know what I mean? It's just a problem. I don't know. I don't know. Go ahead. No, you're good. You're good.
I was gonna say game speed is so much different from 40-yard dash speed.
Or playing against your own team. That's why Deshaun Jackson is gonna work these guys. I can't wait. He's
against the Redskins
too.
It's gonna be bad.
Straight up, man.
Whenever we got Deshaun Jackson back, I went and watched all his top Eagles plays. That 90-yard touchdown against the Cowboys.
Mm-hmm.
That shit was crazy. The punt return against the Giants. The one where Michael Vick threw him that bomb against the Redskins. The one where Donovan McNabb in the NFC Championship, he threw him a bomb against the Cardinals. He's gonna add some of that juice to this offense that didn't have last year.
Dude, the opener against the Redskins this year, literally, like, they're going to announce, what the hell are you doing?
Someone just told me to stop tackling with my shoulder, so I'm,
The opener against the Redskins, like, when they introduced it, because they're most likely going to introduce the offense, and when Deshaun Jackson comes out of the tunnel, bro, it's going to be insane. It's going to be insane. I can't believe he's with us. Like, I'm still not over it at this. I'm really not. No. I know he's 32 years old, but my God, like, this guy could still, I mean, as long as he doesn't take hard hits, as long as he doesn't throw, Carson doesn't throw any suicide passes where he's going to get, like, hit under the legs when he's jumping up for a ball or whatnot. But Jesus, man, this is what he just what that signing means to this offense is, I mean, hopefully Mike Rowe doesn't use him as a slot receiver or something, knowing him, who knows. Yeah, it's going to be really exciting. It's going to be an exciting day. And it's, it's not a game where you have to worry so much. It's against the Redskins, but you're really going to see if this team's ready week 1, boom, against an easy team. And it's probably going to be a good test too, because you're going to see if they're actually ready. Because if they really because if it's a close game, they're not playing to their full potential. Because I know for a fact that we just have an overloaded roster right now, especially offensively. Like, how many points should this team be scoring every week?
At least 31.
Yeah. They should. There's no excuse for it.
Yeah, I mean, if the offense is stagnant like it was last year, and you have Carson Wentz who's 100%, you got all these weapons, then that's 1,000% on Mike Rowe. And Mike Rowe will have to go if that happens.
Yeah, that's why I'm glad Doug calls the plays, honestly. And Doug Pearson already said he's going to be more aggressive this year than he's ever been. So, he's got the talent to do it. And Carson Wentz, Howard Rosen's putting Carson Wentz in a good position, especially first contract year. He's got everything. He's got more than he should. In this offense this year. So
watch us go for 2 every single play. Touchdown.
Yeah. Even in that opener in the Giants 2017, like, he went on it. I think it was like 4th and 8 he went for it. I was like,
yeah, fans were pissed about that too. I remember that.
What game was that? That wasn't the Vikings.
That was the Giants game.
The opener.
Yeah. Oh my God, the Giants. Yeah, I remember that.
Oh, he was so fucking pissed.
So, is that it, y'all?
Yeah.
That's all I got, man.
I'm set. I know Grandpa's got to go to sleep, so.
Joey, fuck you, okay? on and off air, okay? Fuck you.
I can tell you're falling asleep right now.
Wait, I got one last question. So, did you guys see Jason Kelce say that he played through, like,
oh my God,
all these fucking injuries? Like, he named like 7 injuries that he played through last year. What do you guys think about that?
It was a grade 2 MCL tear, a broken elbow, a broken foot. I mean, you wouldn't even notice at this point, but that's just.
Like, what?
He doesn't give 2 fucks.
What?
No wonder those reports came. He might retire. Jesus.
This makes me like Jason Kelce like even more. Beforehand, I've said some shit. He was another dude I kind of gave some hell. Him, Nelson Aguilar, but Jason Kelce has earned my all sorts of respect. He's earned, he earned all kinds of respect from me.
Like, yeah, he's tough.
That guy is fucking tough. For a guy that's a small center, he still is tough. Played through a torn MCL. What was it? A broken foot?
Yeah, broken foot. Like I think he tore something with his elbow. He hurt something that was like screwed up. He was wearing a whole brace on his arm for his elbow. I mean, Jesus. I mean, back in the day with Jason Kelsey, like I remember, like we had so many issues with him because like he would snap the ball at the wrong time with the cadence, and like he always went off sides, and oh my god, like it was just he couldn't hear the call, like when it was just horrible. Like how many games we had to deal with that? We're like, dude, what are you doing? Back in those Matt Tobin days. Oh god.
Jeez.
Hey, 5th round pick for the Seahawks. That was a steal.
That was
For a guy that never played, for a guy that didn't play like later in his career. No, that was a steal. But it's exciting. Schedule's out. Schedule looks pretty good, and I like it. So we're gonna say be at the opener.
That's exciting. Very exciting. But all right. So that's everything.
That's it for me.
That's it, man.
All right. I'm thinking anything else. I guess one more thing. Do y'all think the Eagles are going to push? They're going to move up, or they're going to stay at 25 or drop down?
They're only going to move up if they're not giving up way too much to move up.
I did hear we was going to move up for that one person, but until they wasn't very impressed with him.
Oh yeah, Ed Oliver.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
god, what the hell did he do?
He plays too much Apex Legends.
What's wrong with that?
Yeah, his passion for video games. Like, who gives a fuck?
Who cares?
He's
Like,
not dedicated.
Brewster plays Fortnite, and
That's not as bad as a couple years ago. I think it was Eric Reed. He got interviewed by the Cincinnati Bengals, and they asked him, like, what is your number one priority? Like, would you make football your number one priority? And he was like, yeah. And then they asked him if he had a kid, and he was like, yeah. So he was like, so you're saying you're not going to make your daughter your number one priority? And then he was like, well, if you guys just ask me that, then just don't draft me. And he ended up getting drafted high by the 49ers anyway, but that is the kind of shit that, like, NFL teams do. Like, they ask you shit like that to know if you're, like, 1,000% dedicated to football, which is kind of, like, can be kind of crazy, honestly.
So I want to add this. Randall Gregory, right? He gets a contract extension from the Cowboys after that Instagram video of him smoking weed. He still gets a contract extension after that shit went public. Smoking weed on Instagram. I don't get it.
He's also suspended for 8 games this year.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
That's his first. How many chances does a guy have? I mean,
Josh
it's crazy.
Gordon got kicked out for that shit.
Dude, Reuben Foster got no suspension for anything that he did, and he's on the Redskins, so he's going to be playing this year. While Ezekiel Elliott there was no proof of anything with Ezekiel Elliott. 6 games. I mean, what?
It's bullshit.
It's fucking crazy, dude. Like, it's all like politics. It's just there's got to be a set rule. I mean, it's just nuts. Like, you can't just do whatever you want. Like, you guys are, I don't get it.
It's just bullshit.
But other than that, I don't. Trying to figure out. I think that's really it. I mean,
that's it.
Well, there's also, I know there's plenty more live streams where it came from, so we can always bring it up next time, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we need to come up with a name with us 3. Philly Fitted or something, I don't know.
Desert Jimmy's shaking.
Desert Jimmy shaking. Jimmy shakes Eagle. I don't know. All right, well, I guess that is all. Everybody, subscribe to Philly Jim. Help this guy reach 1,000 subs. You know, so he can also be the one. He can also join the club, host hangouts and everything. Get the real experience with YouTube. But subscribe to him. His favorite moment is coming up. It is the draft.
The draft, man. I love the draft.
Exactly. Subscribe. If you like this live stream, give this a big thumbs up. Be greatly appreciated. Of course, if you're new here, subscribe to me. Also subscribe to JoeyShakes. JoeyShakes, you know what you do when you always in the stream. The screen's on you. Every time you're in your videos, you know what to do.
All right. Desert Eagle 90. Sub to Desert Eagle 90. Sub to Desert Eagle 90. Philly Jim, please subscribe to his channel, man. I really want him to get the full experience of everything that goes on. It really sucks what YouTube's doing right now. But if anybody's from Shake Squad in the building, Shake Squad up. Fly will fly, everybody here. Bird Gang. Peace.
Peace out. Fly, Eagles, fly. Philly
Peace.
Jim, it's on you.
This is your host with the most, Philly Jim. and I'm getting the fuck up on out of here.
All right, y'all.
Fly, Eagles, fly.
Fly, Eagles, fly. I'm out of here,
Peace,
y'all.
guys.
Thank y'all for joining. Once again, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new here. And until next time, Fly, Eagles, fly. Peace out.